live, and we're putting strings on a guitar with a Floyd Rose, and the gentleman who owns this guitar bought this thing, and he wasn't really sure what he was getting into. Now, I've done a lot of preemptive work on this guitar, but this video is primarily just to show how to put strings on a Floyd Rose loaded guitar. Now, you'll notice I've got the whammy bar in here, and I'm pushing down on it, and I'm putting the strings in here. And this, the way I'm doing this is again a subject of great debate. This is a 3mm hex key. Don't use anything but a 3mm hex key. In fact, don't use the wrong size hex key on any hex key loaded screw on planet Earth. If you do, you're going to mess it up, and I'm going to have to fix it for you. Okay, so that's how you get that in there. And you cut the ball end off, including the windings. I cut every bit of the windings off, and there's your ball end, throw it in the garbage. Or you can save these things, and people will make jewelry out of them. Believe it or not, I've seen it happen. So there's that part. And we're going to go through this real quick, as quickly as I can. And you want to make sure to put the string under your string tree here. All right? And then pull it taut. 2 wraps. Poke the string over the top of your wraps, through the hole. Over the top of your wraps, not through the middle of them. Do not tie a knot. If you tie a knot, you are well, you're not qualified to do this. Okay, there it is. That's that. And you just got to do that with all 6 strings. I'm going to try and do this so that I don't lose my camera. The cable on my camera has started to give me a little bit of trouble. So I'm going to string this up as quickly as I can. Now, the subject of great debate. I'm going to cut the ball end of the string off again, right? Okay, so there's that. I cut that off. And I know I'm going really fast today, but I've got, this gentleman came in from way out of town. Here's the other way to do it. Apparently, you can slide a battery under here. Although this one's not routed out. So, probably not going to be able to do that. So, just make sure the bar's in there. Put the string in the block. Push it all the way down to the bottom till it bottoms out. And then finger tighten the set screw. I'm spitting all over this guitar. And then again, tighten down the set screw here so that it's taut. This is not an Arnold Schwarzenegger moment. You don't want to over tighten those. You'll strip that out. Okay, that wouldn't be the first one I've seen done like that. Hopefully you could see that okay. And I don't think I unplugged. I'm having to move my camera back and forth, which I normally would not do when I'm in a hurry like this. But again, go under your string tree, pull the string taut. I said taut, not tight, right? That's probably the right word. Over the top of your windings and through the machine head. Okay? If you do it any other way, the potential is that you'll break a string, or it'll come unwound, or it won't stay in tune for you. So we'll get back down here. Just the way I'm doing this is how I've done it for, I'm not going to tell you how long because I did date myself pretty badly. Now, this bridge is totally not intonated correctly. These are all loose. You can see them moving back and forth on the set screws, so I am going to have to intonate this guitar, but that is a job for me to do, not for this owner of this guitar, because when I give it back to him, it will be intonated, and when he hits a chord up high, okay, so I didn't have that loosened up enough, so again, I loosened that winding. Now this. Okay, so this block right here is not moving. There it goes. Okay, that little movement might have been enough. Sometimes you gotta be a little tricky with these things. You want that block to sit in there nice and flush. Alright? And all this set screw does is create force to pinch that string in this block. And again, not over tighten it, but you can see how much, look at the intonation on this is totally out. I'm not quite sure why I can't push it back. Oh, probably that screw is loose. Okay, so let's go back up to the machine head end of things. Shucks, I might have unplugged my camera, maybe not. Got too much stuff on my bench. And here's another thing, just real quick bit of advice. having a set of these metric, see, they're not Allen keys, they're hex keys, they're hex-shaped keys ultimately. Every guitar owner should own a set of metric and standard hex keys, just depending on what kind of guitar you might encounter in your ownership of instruments. Okay, so here we are again. We'll get you down in the business. Oop. There we go. So, and now this is an unwound string, wound string, unwound string. 1, 2, 3 wraps. And through the hole, over the top of all of your windings. There is no reason to tie this in a knot or bend it in a funky way or do anything other than what I just did. If you do, you're probably wasting time and effort. And if you're doing a gig and you break a string, have fun getting it off there when you're at a gig with no tools, no light, you know, nothing but your bare fingers to fix a broken string, right? That's what happens. You know, I'm always thinking about the gigging musicians out there in the world, and God bless y'all. Okay, here we go. Now, I have oiled this vibrato system. This is a licensed by Floyd Rose. The guitar brand is a Vester. I've seen a couple of them in my career as a guitar tech. So, come on. There we go. Not too many. Had to oil these up, man. This thing was dry as a bone. Okay, here we go. Again, I'm going to show you how to put strings on this thing. This is how I've been doing it. I bought a Floyd Rose, and I call them a Floyd Rose Impregnated guitar, kind of as a joke. 1, 2, 3 wraps through the hole, over the top of your windings, not in the middle of them. Again, I have to repeat myself because guys will go and they'll push it through the middle of their windings, and then they don't realize that they're creating a spot where your string could be sliced by itself. All right, okay, and here we go with the treble E string, and then I'm gonna have to intonate this thing, and I will do that soon enough. Hope everybody's having a good day. Yo, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm not talking to anybody in the chat, but thank you all for being here. Bless you all. I hope you guys are having a great Monday. My Monday has been absolutely busy. I spent most of the first portion of my day wet sanding on a Martin that I had to do some finish work on because the binding peeled off of it. Ooh. Well, now that was interesting. The set screw for the intonation may have just snapped off in there. Oh, crud. Okay. No, I don't think that happened. Let's see if I can get this spun around. Okay. And if it did happen, I probably have a spare. And I'm not afraid to admit that I've made a mistake. And I probably... let's see, this is a 2.5, right? 2.5 mil. And, okay. I didn't make a mistake. I just didn't realize that set screw was that loose. And I'm going to... Oh, come here. Thing is going to try and run away from me every chance it gets. I always tell everybody, never forget who you're messing with. Let's see. So this, I'm going to put it up in this front hole. Because usually, let's see if I have any threads. Is this going to cinch up? Can I move it back? Yes, I can. I'm going to tighten these all up a little bit because they're all loose. I don't want that to happen again. That was interesting. That's the first time that's ever happened to me. Now I'm cinching this up, and I'm going to see if these threads on this one are stripped. And they certainly are. So that means I got to go grab an extra part. Give me a second. You'll see my bag of tricks that I'd never throw anything away. If you're working on guitars, keep every last bit and piece, and this is why. So that screw is stripped out. So where are you? are you, bag of Floyd Rose parts? There you are. I don't know if I got one of those little screws in here. Well, okay, so this is really gonna date me a little bit. So this is my bag of Floyd Rose parts, and I gotta see if I have one of those screws. Yeah, you ever see that many Floyd Rose parts in one place in one time? Probably not. Okay, come on, I gotta have one of you guys in here. Nope. Nope. Now if I don't have that set screw in here, is that one? Come on, be the one. Oop. Nope, that was a okay. Well, okay, I'm just gonna dig through this for a moment longer just to make damn certain I don't have that little set screw in this bag. I've had this bag I don't even know how long. Oh, here, everybody needs one of those. I just dropped it. If you have a Floyd Rose, you know exactly what that is, and you know that you've lost one before. Okay, I'm just saying, I'm joking, but okay. So that set screw. Okay, I don't have it in here. Hang on. So I didn't have it in that bag, but I guarantee you I have it in this bag. Look at that, and it's the same color. Oh my God. Did I bump my head? That being gone and that being gone, basically, I don't know, it kind of ruins a Floyd Rose. I've never repaired one of those. I just buy a new one because I think I've tried to repair them, and it's way more work than you could buy a new Floyd Rose for what you'd pay me to fix that. This thing is really gummed up. Let's see if I can get this out of here. I'm gonna have to put some oil on this. I can tell. Come out of there. Wow. Okay, don't drop the screw. Okay, there it is. I'm going to put a little drop of oil on this. Where are you? And you know, this guitar came from a small town not far from, on the outs, well, it's about an hour and 20-minute drive in the snow. So there, I've oiled that. So we got that done. A gentleman drove over this morning. Right when I got to work, he called me. Hey, I got this weird guitar. And so he drove all the way over here, and my goal, if you wonder why I'm moving so fast, is to save him a trip, having to come all the way back here. And you know, that's one of the beautiful things about living in a small town like this, is that we have the advantage of being able to take the time out of our schedule to do this sort of thing for folks. And now, don't necessarily like doing this, but oh, that got tight in a hurry. Oh, wow, that was all cinched down just like that. Okay, I'm going to try and do again, I'm going to do a preemptive strike on the intonation of this instrument. So we're going to, I have no idea. Well, actually, I kind of could have an idea. Let's see where it's intonated right now with these saddles. Oops, I'm sorry, you guys could not see what I was doing. My cameraman is drunk again. Alan, hello. Justin, hello. Richard, hello. Yeah, it's pretty cool. This is a Vester. brand guitar, and it has active pickups, and it's got all these switches, and I have no idea what any of that shit does because I haven't even plugged it in yet. We're gonna get strings on it. Let's see where our intonation is. Okay. Oh, and we are now.
Are you talking to me?
We are talking to me. See, I got to deal with that shit. I got one of the greatest guitar players in the world walking into my store. Okay, I'm gonna check the intonation on this low E string because that'll let me kind of set these other ones up. Like I say, preemptive strike is what I say. Get them at least close to where, you know, common intonation setup is. Good grief. And I'm really trying to hustle today. I am not leaving the shop to eat lunch like I normally would. And you guys are going to probably get a good chance to listen to some guitar playing here before too much longer. So I'll try to keep my voice down. This screw is stripped, and this belongs in the trash. So I don't want to put this back in my stuff. Because it's stripped. So I am going to throw nothing away, do as I say, not as I do. Right? Okay. See, hear that? Get ready. Okay, what was I doing? Oh yeah, preemptive strike, tuning. Let's see. I'm just gonna do it with the guitar laying on. I have not tuned this thing at all. Do I have any guitar? I don't have any guitar picks. I left them all at home on my stream last night. Give me a second. Yeah.
Okay. A pick? Oh my God.
Yeah. We're gonna go broke.
I told you that guy was coming from Baker.
Yeah.
So I think you should run over and get something or run up and make a sandwich. Or
I'm doing just fine. In fact, my blood glucose.
It'll happen.
Well, I know, but
okay,
my glucose is. This thing is a game changer.
Yeah, totally.
It's actually perfect right now. So.
All right.
I'll be fine.
All right.
Now's a good time to swear at me. There's 18 million people watching.
I have an audience?
You have an audience, yeah.
Damn it, get busy. Whatever I can't remember what I told you to do, but you better be doing it.
So that's very flat. So let's yeah, that was flat. So let's see, I have to move that set screw. So here we go. Again, I'm just making I'm gonna have to do this anyway for this guitar. So I'm gonna loosen this string up real good. And again, this is my method to my madness, and I've found that this to be a very productive way to set up a guitar with a Floyd Rose, is to kind of do stuff that's kind of out of order. Again, let's see, it's a little out of order, but okay, that's my 3mm. There we go. But it'll get the job done, you know. It's a little out of order, but it'll get the job done. Okay, so I definitely have moved that saddle forward just a slight amount. And a lot of times that's interesting because there ain't a whole lot of room for intonation on this thing. Usually they go forward. So and you shouldn't intonate a guitar when it's laying on its back, but again, this is just kind of giving me a... Now it's way too sharp. Did I read that wrong last time? Maybe I did. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Loosen up the string. Loosen up this screw. I use my flathead screwdriver to push back on the saddle. I'm right on the front edge of this saddle, which I really don't like that, but if it's enough to get this intonation correct. Okay. So I can see, yeah, there's just not enough room in the second hole in there for this set screw to, boy. So anyway, we've gotten that done. Oh. Okay. Oh, crap. We have another thing wrong. I'm going to have to shuffle some of these saddles. I should have noticed that when I first started working on this thing. These saddles have been rearranged in the wrong order, unfortunately. And I will show you how I can see this. And this is, you know, if you haven't worked on one of these before, this is what people will do to these instruments and really mess them up and then wonder why they can't fix them. Which I don't think this guy has done this, but this saddle needs to, these two saddles need to go where this one is, and this one needs to go over here in the B string. So here we go. Here we go. So I'm just gonna, I know this thing is gonna bink. That one's kind of ganky anyway. So we got to pull these strings loose. All this work, amazing. Let's see, I need to pull this one, and you know, it would be really wise of me to pull all of these saddles. In fact, I'm just going to save myself the agony of making a mistake here, and I'm going to do it right the first time. Here we go. If you need to help setting up a Floyd Rose, you're going to get to see it full on. This is what we have to do when somebody else messes with them, usually. Now, don't lose the order of these saddles, except for in this case, it doesn't even matter at all. Because, okay, now that one does not need to move, but these ones definitely need to move. In fact, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to pull this one out. I guess I don't need to, I said that I needed to pull them all out of here. I really don't. I can see visually which ones are in the wrong place. Okay, I'm going to pull these intonation screws out. A lot of work to do. We'll get one of these right, but once you get it right, man, these things are bulletproof. They are in tune. Okay, so there's that one. Now I'm going to pull this one. And unfortunately with these you actually do have to remove this screw. You can't pull it through forward, and you can't pull the saddle out backwards. So you gotta, there we go. Is this making sense? I hope it is. Okay. Okay. Here we go. We're gonna put this one over here, and we are gonna set this in the first hole. First, I hope that I don't have to move that too much more. Yeah, you can't reorder these, or you can't adjust the order of these saddles. If you mess up the order in which these go into place, your neck, your bridge won't follow the neck radius. These are, each one of these is a specific size. And I'll get my camera down here and show you what I'm talking about when I get this all, when I get these back in place. I know it looks like I'm totally, why would you do all that? Well, you can do it right or you can do it wrong. Alright? I'm just getting these started because I'm gonna get these set. Okay. And I'll know. Well, I'm dropping stuff. Got butterfingers today. I got some new medication I'm taking for some stuff that was going on with me, and I'm really happy with it. It seems to be helping a lot. I was just talking with my buddy Falcro about that this morning on a text message. We kind of laughed because it makes me fart. Okay. Let me, these are not looking right. It almost looks like it has the wrong saddle in one of these locations. Like one of the saddles has been replaced with the wrong. One of these have a shim under it or something? Forgive me for being quiet right now, but I gotta figure out what's going on here. This looks really strange. And there we go. So that was what it was. Okay. There we go. There we go. Alright, so we're good. If I tighten this one down. Yep, there we go. Okay, we're good. Got them in order now. That's good. Okay. Now, when you pull the strings loose like that, they will instantly all go over the top of one another in a way that if you tried to make that happen, you couldn't in 8 billion years of trying to get your strings to make a mess like they do. Yeah, this is astonishing. Okay, now here, I'll let you guys see what happened up here. Try to do that on your own, I dare you. Okay, so got to get these strings put back in here. Here we go. I'm talking you through my pain. Welcome to the world of working on guitars. And people wonder, why does it cost them? I've been asked before, how come it's so expensive? You're paying witness to it. Although it's not that expensive to have me work on a guitar, but stuff like this definitely starts adding to the cost because I got to do my job right. Okay. So now I'm going to have to feed him backwards through here, which sucks, but we can do it. And also, I'm going to take these strings. Of course, see, I mean, I wanted this to, it was under here, but now it's over there. And you couldn't, if you tried to do that, again, for 10 billion years, you would never be able to get that to happen. Physics would not allow that to happen. But if it just, with guitar strings, it's like solder. If you want it to go here, it goes there. Okay. I just trimmed the end of that string off because it looked a little bit stripped. Some of the windings had been pinched, so I'm going to start over with that. And do everything twice here. And this is, you know, one of those things where you don't notice this stuff until you do something and you fix one problem and another problem occurs, right? It's like working on an amp. You fix a diode and next thing you know a cap blows up, right? Okay, so I'm going to bring you back down here so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, here's another tool that everybody that works on guitars should probably have. So now I'm really trying to hurry because I don't have a huge time frame. The owner is in town doing some shopping and stuff, and I was really hoping to have this thing ready for him to save him a trip. And then I also have guitar students coming in, arriving at 4 o'clock this afternoon. So, okay. And that one is, the head of that one has been stripped out, but we're gonna, I'm just gonna call that good. And I might have to leave well enough alone on this one because I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to put like a, what are those called? Helicoil? Something in there. Okay. Let's see where the that's very sharp. So I need to move that set screw also. And again, you know, got to do this in kind of an order of operations so that you don't end up doing a bunch of stuff that you have to undo, which has already happened. But I'm trying to again make preemptive strikes on some of this stuff. Come on. Now, what I'm hoping is that all this stuff that I'm doing on this isn't making this string so weak that it'll break the moment I try and tune it, which possibly could happen. There we go. Okay. Now, there we go. All right. Boy, I hope that's going to work. It's kind of a strange. Good. That one's a little bit flat. So I'm going to go ahead and move it, and then we'll do the whole intonation setup all at once. I'm just going to move it a little bit. Because usually I can just... Yes, I'm putting a screwdriver on that and pushing the saddle back. That's a great way to do it. If you care about that being scratched, you should probably find something else to do with your spare time. Okay. Okay, that's what's happening. All right, let's see. So now what do we got to do? We're gonna just make sure these are snug. Snug. You can tell if you're going to strip something. If you can't, don't turn it. How's that for a rule? Okay. Now, these saddles all look good. I'm gonna loosen these these fine tuners, which the gentleman that owns this guitar doesn't even know what those are at this point, so he will learn. Now, one thing I just noticed that I was doing was while I was tuning that, my hand was resting on the strings. And you got to be careful on these Floyd Roses when you're tuning them to not have your hand resting on anything. Even putting pressure on the strings will make your tuning . Now, I do have a snark tuner on the headstock of this guitar, and I have the Peterson plugged into the output, so obviously the pickups I think work. They were turned way down though. Okay, guitar is perfectly in tune. Time to check the neck relief. I wasn't really planning on doing. Sorry guys. I wasn't really planning on doing this much on this live stream, but we'll go ahead and do this. Let me unplug this, get that out of the way. Oop, hopefully I didn't scratch the guitar. Let's check the neck relief. See what the truss rod is saying. We need to tighten the truss rod ever so slightly. I figured so much. Phillips head screwdriver is right there. We're gonna turn. Oops! I know. I'm sorry. My camera guy is still not keeping up with me. So here we go. I wasn't planning on doing a full setup on my live stream today, but heck, I'm doing it. So let's get her done. And also, the locking mechanism on this, you know, those things do have to go a specific direction. If you know what physics are, you can see that two sides of it are longer than the other two sides of it. So if you look at it one direction, it's kind of concaved, and you look at it the other direction, and you can't see that it's concave. And I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a moment, but oh my God, you've got to be kidding me. Okay. I cannot pull this truss rod cover off of here because the string tree is in the way. So in order to get at the truss rod, you either have to do it with no strings on the guitar, or do what I have to do now and remove more screws from wood. I'm just going to do one because I'll be able to tilt it off to the side, but good Lord, really? Come on. They don't make anything easy, right? Now this should be a 4mm. There's my 4mm hex key. It is not at my house. I did not take it home. Okay. My 4mm hex key is always right here on my bench, so I'm going to see if it got used this weekend and not put back. Well, nobody borrowed it, it doesn't seem like, but here we go. I got to tighten this truss rod. Oh. Please don't be strapped. It's a 5mm.
What's that?
5mm truss rod adjustment. That's kind of nice. A little bit more stout than typical, so I gotta tighten it. I think it's a 5mm. Is this guitar made in the U.S.? Is it? Because I'm using metric screws on the Let me double check the 4mm. That other 4mm. I told you that that medicine I'm taking makes me fart. And this is a standard. Okay. Huh. That's a. This is an interesting situation. It's not a 5. It's a 3/16. That is not here. Come on. There it is. Oh. Is it a 3/16 really? What? There it is. Good Lord. Okay, so I got to tighten it. So it's a 3/16 hex key, 3mm locking nuts, 2.5mm intonation adjustment screws, and 3mm. So they used an American-made or a standard hex key size for the truss rod. Amazing. Like I said, if you play guitar, you should own a set of metric and standard just for this purpose. Now, most guys would keep trying to use the metric hex key over and over and over again until they strip the truss rod out, which then makes your guitar almost utterly useless. See, that's a 4mm. Let me make sure this 5mm doesn't fit in there. It just doesn't. Yeah, it could be that that truss rod has already been gummed up from somebody else trying to turn it. Okay, let's check the neck relief again. All right. I will have every tool in the box out before this is all said and done. Boy, that truss rod works really nicely. Tiny little movement on that.
Don't get up. Yeah.
Tiny little movement.
And it is rosewood too.
Yeah, one other thing I did not check yet. You wonder why Dave's World of Fun Stuff edits out all the stuff that he's doing? This is why. There we go. There we go. Okay, so the neck relief, I'm really happy with that. So, let's try. Let's get this truss rod cover back in here, and you gotta be kidding me. Damn. Okay. Okay, so we got our neck relief. Now we're going to check our string action, and our Floyd Rose is sitting perfectly in balance.
Good to see you.
You too. Marshall?
Hello. Let's see.
Just for now, just take it out and put it right here.
What's that?
Oh, you're 3 o'clock.
Oh, okay, cool. Is it 3 already?
Over here. Just take it out and just
Good
put it
grief.
on here. Put the headstock up here, and then when he gets a
Hey, give me-
chance here, it may be a little waiting, but not much.
Yeah.
Okay, give me just a second here.
And he will.
Sounds good.
Did you get the day off today?
I did.
All right.
I know.
How are the roads coming over?
Well, they weren't bad. They weren't slick. It was snowing over the pass, but snowing pretty good, but it wasn't slick.
Still snowing up in Labs.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yep.
Good, we need it.
Wait around a little bit. I got a box of these.
Oh, yeah.
So
I know.
It has which song in it?
Don't turn those with string tension on it, right?
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. String action's good. So now it's time for intonation. And I think I've done all I can do today. I mean, I have a lot more work to do on this instrument with the intonation and such. There's a lot more to do, but I'm going to go ahead and end this stream. I've got clients coming in, and I've got to get busy meeting with people. So thanks you all for hanging with me today. I hope you learned something. If you did, feel free to hit Venmo or PayPal. I'm happy to receive it. I'm grateful.
That's not the case. If it is, he can still take care of it.
Peace.
Okay.
But most of the time, it's a setup or a fret level, or I mean, there's a lot of options before.
Right.
I'll get out of here.
Going.
Oh, and when I play the